Good episode 40 fucking something.
Yeah.
Nobody fucking knows.
We got to be approaching 50, I think.
We're in the high 40s.
It would be really disappointing to find out that this is 50 and we've done nothing to,
We didn't do anything to celebrate a year of
Yeah.
doing this.
That's true. Yeah, you know what? My entire life is pretty unremarkable, so
All
why should I?
All 62 of you subscribers, you're just back burner pussy at this point.
Exactly.
Sorry about that, guys.
Yeah. So we're waiting on fucking Zachy. Other than that,
I mean, I like it. It's set up for if he wants to come through.
yeah.
What about he just doesn't have headphones if that goes down?
Well, fuck him.
Yeah, they're over there.
Yeah, he'll figure it out.
I'll get it for him before we get too crazy.
Oh, okay. So are we cutting now?
Huh?
We cutting now?
Cutting?
Like we're cutting here?
I don't think so.
Oh, all right. Who does care? I certainly don't anymore.
I actually don't even see how this is going to reach him anyway with this setup. Have we had a fucking third?
Yeah, we've had him here. He probably just doesn't even use them. Fuck him. He hears me talk. I feel like mostly I just use the headphones just so I don't feel like I'm just weirdly talking into a microphone in somebody's basement.
Yeah.
Makes me feel like this is production quality.
I was watching somebody on Joe Rogan, Jim Norton, I think he just left
Opie and Anthony?
I didn't know he was on Opie and Anthony.
Isn't he one of the guys?
Jim Norton?
Yeah, the comedian?
Yeah.
Yeah.
How if his name's Jim, how is he Opie or Anthony?
Well, I think he's just on the show, isn't he?
I don't know. I've never seen that show.
It's like a radio show.
It makes sense because he was saying that he just left Sirius Radio.
Yeah.
And he was saying that somebody that he's on all the time, he does this move. Like, so he can hear, you know what I mean? He's got like a half, and he's like, I used to do that. And then he's like, then I started watching his show, and I was like, he looks like a fucking idiot. Do I look like a fucking idiot when I'm doing that? I was like, oh, man, this guy's fucking funny.
Yeah. He was a frequent guest and eventually co-host of the Opie and Anthony show, which aired on Sirius XM. So, yeah. Yeah, that was like one of those, it's like a fucking Howard Stern show kind of, where it's just, a bunch of shocking comedian kind of shit.
Is Howard Stern gay now?
I don't know, is he?
Not like sucking dicks, but like I feel like he's like not having any fun anymore.
I don't know. Does he even have a show anymore?
I think so.
He must, because I feel like I would have heard about the end of the Howard Stern show.
Yeah. I mean, I'm from a timeline where Artie Lang is dead.
I mean,
we've discussed.
He's come close a few times.
Yeah, but he's fucking dead. Like I have Berenstain Bears, Artie Lang being dead.
Yeah.
And something else that I just was thinking about that identifies me being stuck in the wrong timeline.
Yeah.
Oh, a fucking transfusion.
Yeah.
You know what's in a transfusion?
Like the golf drink?
Yes.
It's like, well, it's usually like vodka, lime juice, and fucking.
So see, I didn't. Somebody asked me to make a transfusion the other day, and I was like, I got everything except for grape juice. I got vodka, I got lemon.
Yeah.
Didn't even think about it. Like, I know this drink has lemon in it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, to me,
Well, the grape juice is surprising. I always just I thought it was just like one of those like seltzers, like the flavored seltzers.
Oh,
is
so
that what
see,
it is?
you're from. We got timelines merging here. No,
what is the grape juice? Like
that's
actual Welch's grape juice?
Yeah, that's the main mixer that you need to make a transfusion.
Why do I always think it like they open up a can or something? Is a can of grape juice?
It has ginger ale in it too.
Oh, yeah. But it's always like a purple liquid that they kind of pour out into it.
Yeah, I think it's like a little grape juice can.
Oh, I never even knew that was grape juice.
Yeah.
I assumed it was just like some shitty seltzer or something.
Oh.
Yeah.
Well, it's not.
All
for
right.
everybody for every bartender that doesn't know what this is, it's vodka, lime juice, grape juice, and ginger ale.
Yeah.
Probably pretty good with a little liquor 43 or something in there too.
Probably.
But yeah.
Gin maybe instead of the Tito's?
That was that was just a signal to me to be like, oh fuck, I'm on the wrong timeline because where I'm from.
Transfusions anyway came along obviously after. I mean, they've been around for a while, but like I wasn't drinking them ever on the golf course. I feel like they just kind of came there. They were like the fucking Tito. The same motherfuckers who drink tequila and soda are the same motherfuckers who order transfusions at a golf course. You know, and I've certainly never made one or seen one in fucking the wild. Like nobody gets those. Nobody's ever asked me for a transfusion at the bar.
I've been asked for it twice.
Yeah.
Where we used to work at.
Really?
Where I work at now, every day somebody asks me for that shit. I don't understand why it's not on the menu.
Yeah.
Golf. I'm going to go off on a tangent here. I don't get it with golf.
Okay.
I really fucking don't. Like, it is so many dudes. It's all they have.
Yeah.
It's their entire personality. Like, I couldn't even imagine going on a trip with my 4 best friends. I don't think I could get it up.
Yeah.
To do like, what are we gonna do? What are we gonna
Like to go golfing with your 4 best friends?
or any trip in general? You know what I mean? Like A, I don't want to leave my wife for that long. B,
Yeah.
I don't want to leave my dogs for that long.
Yeah.
C, I can't think of a thing to do that would make me want to like not live my normal life.
I'm not
You
gonna
know what
lie,
I mean?
you're right now crushing all of my hopes of us one day like spending a weekend at a bed and breakfast. You know, I had our trip all matched out.
Well, our
mapped
wives
out.
can come and then I'll come.
I totally
Like
agree
all
with
of
you.
my
Yeah.
things are like, I'll do this activity, but then I'm going to try to get some pussy afterwards. You know
Yeah.
what I mean? I don't hate my wife enough to cheat on her at some golf outing. So maybe these guys are getting pussy and they're just not being good husbands.
Probably.
But
Yeah.
I used to hate on it. You know what I mean? Because I don't get it. And also, my brain does not like being told what to do. And I feel like the few times I have gone golfing, it's just a hey,
yeah.
man,
It's
you should
it's
try
very
doing.
etiquette.
You should
yeah.
try doing this. No, it's not. I'm not even talking about the fucking etiquette.
Well,
Don't
the
even get me
etiquette
going
takes it
on
to the
that.
next
Yeah.
level. Yeah.
I'll probably get kicked out for swearing too much.
Oh yeah.
But
You
I'm
absolutely
more
are.
saying like you hit the ball and now there's 5 professionals telling you, oh man, you gotta do this with your knees and you do this and do that. It's like, bro, shut the fuck up. This is a dumbass fucking game. This is like lawn darts on fucking steroids. Or it's lawn darts is just golf made fucking less gay.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
I don't know. I just don't get it. But at the same time, I'm very thankful of it. Like, I used to be at my job and I'd see, and they wear a uniform. Like golf guys when they go on
yeah.
trips.
Well, yeah, it's the collared polo shirt
you know,
with like the khakis with the brown belt. Like, you know, yeah.
Yeah, it's like they sit down. It's like, you guys going golfing?
Yeah.
I knew it.
I saw it
fucking
coming
knew
a mile away.
I knew it. Oh.
Look at this fucking jabroni.
Oh. There's the guy. What? Yeah, so anyway,
Yeah.
I used to be like, these fucking guys. I'd be our boy Expo.
Yeah.
I'd be fucking Mexpo, just fucking all mad about it. And now I've realized how much of a vital role they play in my household's economy.
Oh, yeah. I mean, it's 40% of my income is these golf pros.
I love you guys.
Yeah.
I love you.
Yeah. You don't have to love them. They are fucking losers still, but what'd you hurt your fucking wrist doing?
Golfing.
Nice.
Gay.
Yeah.
What a great
I was drunk as shit
transition.
for like 3 days, and then I went to the beach the next day.
Do you want to get in
was
frame or
tumbling
do you
around.
want to just
Are you
like,
trying to
live-
find
live on the-
headphones?
Yeah, I'm trying to find headphones. Oh,
Have
right
you
there.
used headphones in this area before?
Yeah, every time.
I don't understand.
I don't think I need it. If you guys could hear me, I think I'm good.
Can you-
Yeah.
No,
can you
I'm good.
stretch those?
I'm good. Hey.
Hey.
Good. What's up, boys?
What up?
What's going on, bud?
My man came hydrated.
Yeah.
I know I gotta.
You're still bothering me. Just move it a little bit.
What'd you say? You relapsed?
Nope, other way. Other way. Now you're good disappearing.
This kid fucking is back on the weed. It's like flying a plane on a simulator.
There we go.
No matter
I
which-
love
That's
that.
the way I was going.
No, that wasn't.
Okay, smarty. Okay, glasses. Okay, specs.
Yeah.
Nice. Brennan was raging
Yeah.
before you got
Oh,
here.
fucking
I was
boom,
fucking
roasted.
furious. Yeah.
Yo, you know that guy?
No, you said
Timmy
all
No
that.
Breaks?
No, yeah, I've seen him on
I
Instagram
fucking love
before,
him.
Yeah.
Who's this?
He's a comedian that's just basically ripping off Andrew Dice Clay, but
Oh.
he's pretty funny. if
Oh
you
yeah,
ask
Timmy
me.
No Nuts. He was just
Timmy
on
No
fucking,
Breaks.
Kill Tony. Yeah, Timmy
Yeah.
No Breaks. He was hysterical, dude. That was funny.
Now
Yeah,
we're all
he-
good. Now everyone, all 62 of you guys can see us.
No, I hit a root though. It wasn't just I hit a root when I was hitting the golf ball. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Fucking hurt.
Tried to go 2 at a time, just couldn't do it.
That's lefty, dude. the right one was able to. The left isn't as strong.
Got to keep it strong, man.
How do you hit a root when you're golfing? You're like in the woods.
Yeah, you don't have the best lie, and there's like sticks and shit underneath the grass.
When you suck at golf.
Your ball is on
Yeah,
top of
when
some
you're not-
giant
when- yeah.
man's foot with a
Yeah.
nail in his head.
Yeah, and then I hit the ground. I didn't hit the ball square on it.
Happy Gilmore
Yeah.
could accomplish that feat no more than an hour ago.
What do we think about the new Happy Gilmore movie?
It's
As
probably
long-
going to be fucking
as long as
trash.
it's still based in Waterbury, I don't care.
Everybody's
Is that
fucking,
technically, that can't be Waterbury, Connecticut. That can't
It's
be.
Waterbury, Connecticut. Look it up.
In that
Go.
case, whoever wrote that fucking movie has never gone to Waterbury,
No, they're
Connecticut.
never gone because
Yeah.
it looks nice.
Yeah,
They filmed it
exactly.
in British Columbia.
Oh, yeah. Well, obviously, it didn't film it in fucking Waterbury.
I don't know, dude. I don't know.
This kid's coming through ticking on fucking Happy Gilmore hard.
Yeah, that must have been like a scenario where the producer just like pointed at somewhere in Connecticut and was like, "We'll make it in Waterbury." It's like, have you seen Waterbury?
It's
Adam Sandler is the producer, bro.
No,
Like,
that's what I'm saying. It's an Adam Sandler movie, so he bases everything in New England.
New England?
Yeah.
And he was
But still, there's Waterbury elsewhere. This is Waterbury, Massachusetts.
So in the
I think,
movie,
isn't
he technically, if you in like the beginning scenes and shit, he moves from New Hampshire to his grandma's house in Waterbury.
Yeah.
He has to move to Connecticut from New Hampshire.
Yeah, well, wherever that fucking house is in Waterbury, I'd love to see it. It ain't by the Brass Mill, that's for sure.
Yeah, it's on Oronoque.
Yeah,
It's
no.
near the country club.
Nope.
But the thing is Waterbury Open. And it is Connecticut because my buddy just bought this like Happy Gilmore merch, and it says Waterbury Open and it has the state of Connecticut logo on it.
Yeah.
The flag. The flag is actually where New London is. Like, it's not where Waterbury should be.
Yeah. Well, leave it to a fucking Connecticut person to pick out that detail.
Yeah. Anyway.
Yeah. But yeah, I think it's gonna suck, and I don't really care. I'm
Adam Sandler's past couple movies haven't been that bad though.
I mean, not being that bad shouldn't be the marker that you're going for.
I mean, dude, they've never been that bad. They've never been that good. Fucking Adam
that's
Sandler movies.
that's like patently false. Billy Madison and Happy Gilmore are
they're
like
awesome.
in the pantheon of like top comedy movies of all time.
If you
Movies he's
can't-
come out in the past
I'm talking
25
about, look
years.
up their ratings. It's not. They're always bad ratings. You know what I mean?
But I'm just saying though, like there's a huge difference between Billy Madison and fucking Spanglish. Like there is, you know.
I think Spanglish might be like the newest Adam Sandler movie that I have seen.
Yeah, that was fucking like 04 probably.
Isn't the broad in that like the chick from Vanilla Sky, Penelope something?
Penelope Cruz, maybe.
I think I just spent like the whole movie like, please fuck her.
Yeah.
Please fuck her.
I think
Your
he
life
doesn't.
deserves for you to fuck her. Please
Yeah.
get back on her.
Yeah.
What would you put? I'm not putting that in my. If you can't say Billy Madison or Happy Gilmore, give me top 3 Adam Sandler movies.
So top 3 without those two?
Yeah.
Big Daddy.
Yeah, Big Daddy's a good one. You still have to kind of put Waterboy up there.
Waterboy is number
Yeah.
Like there's bangers, bro. You know what I mean? You take like the
Yeah, but
top
all
2,
those bangers
little,
are like with the number 9 in front of their year. Like
Little Nicky's
Little
fucking
Nicky
good one.
sucks.
No
That
way,
movie
dude.
sucks.
You're crazy, bro.
that movie actually was signaled the end. That was like the last one where you're like, all right, that was kind of weird. And then after that, it was just fucking nothing. Like
Hey, Ted.
Wasteland.
You're crazy, Brennan. It's a great movie.
It might be the third though.
Get in the flask.
You know what? Any movie where he does a voice, I find that fucking annoying as shit. Like even the Waterboy one, like I let it slide because all of the ancillary characters are really funny.
Got out of teeth and no toothbrush.
Like the fucking quarterback was funny, you know. Needle dick.
Joey Diaz was in Waterboy, I think.
Was he?
Is he the fucking?
Oh, is
the
he
fat guy?
Yeah, he has just like the one random line where it's like, "Go get him, Billy." Bobby
he's on the
Boucher.
team. He's always in the
Yeah.
yeah.
He's not the. He's not like the fucking guy that's talking in
No, yeah, no.
Creole.
He might be.
No, that's
I
not
know, I
him.
know that Joey Diaz
Yeah.
is in it. I haven't seen Waterboy since I was probably 10, dude.
No, Joey Diaz has like literally one line. Like he's like in the crowd, I think, and he just says like, "Get." Or no, that might even be not even be Joey Diaz. Might just be another fat Italian guy.
He's on the team.
Yeah. Joey Diaz on the team.
Yeah, he was on on the team in Waterboy.
Jesus Christ. In that case, he's aged
Imagine it's
terribly.
Longest Yard.
I think it might be Longest Yard you're thinking of. Yeah.
It might be Longest
It could
Yard.
be. Another Adam Sandler. Yeah, that's crazy. Adam Sandler's got 2 football movies.
That is not an Adam Sandler movie. That is a Burt Reynolds movie that they turned into an Adam Sandler movie. That's not an Adam Sandler movie.
because it's a remake.
Yeah, because it's a remake. Yeah. Did you ever see the original?
No.
The original's a good movie.
I don't even think I've ever seen Smokey and the Bandit. From
No,
I haven't
fucking
either. We've
beginning to
discussed that
end.
already.
Yeah.
Yo, we gotta have a movie night.
I used to be a movie guy. I don't know what happened to me.
That's patently false. You've never been a movie
No,
guy.
I was. There was a time in my life where I cared more about movies and music than I did about sports.
There was a time in your life where you cared more about music and the movie Commando than anything else in
it was
life.
a banger.
Yeah. Just saying, movies has to be pluralized. You've seen like one movie your entire life.
There's like so many times where I want to reference that movie, and I got to stop to myself and be like, they haven't seen it, right? Just,
I've seen Commando, but I haven't seen it.
no, like I'll be at work, you know what I
Yeah.
mean? And
Oh,
somebody's
yeah.
talking about like like they got a chiropractic adjustment, and I was
Yeah.
like, I need somebody to crack my neck like Arnold does to the dude on the plane.
Yeah. Yeah.
He's dead asleep.
He's dead asleep.
Yeah, and like I was gonna say that, like, yo, you ever seen this
He's dead
obscure
tired. That's what he says.
Arnold Schwarzenegger movie? And I was like, just don't do it, Ryan.
Yeah.
Don't display your autism like this.
Yeah. At a certain point in time, people start talking. They're like, what the fuck is with this guy in fucking Commando? Yeah. So
We're not a cultural dark age. You guys see Tires?
that
Shane
movie,
Gillis?
that show sucks.
Dude, it's fucking hysterical.
Actually,
Yo.
I just watched the first season. The first season sucked. But the second season has that dude. I mean, I guess he had like a bit role in it too. He's like the red-haired barstool guy.
Yeah.
He has like a couple clips where I'm
like a
like, that's
sociopath.
fucking comedy gold.
Yeah.
Yo, that guy is fucking funny, dude.
Yeah.
Have you ever seen his clip where he tells a story about his dad that used to do this funny thing?
No.
Like it almost makes me regret not having children because it seems very fun. But
Yeah.
it basically made up like this character, right?
Yeah.
And like whenever they would go on road trips, like the dad would be like, "Oh, we just missed," like, I don't know, think of some.
Oh, you know what? I know who you're talking about. Different red-haired guy on Barstool,
it's
but
not
I know
the same?
I know what guy you're talking
All right.
about. Yeah,
This
yeah.
guy's like more fit.
Yeah, but this guy's
he
he was
plays
like
like a sociopath.
he was like he's a comedian, I think, but I think he like started on Barstool, but then like I think him and Prez had like beef or something. So like I think he's like come and gone like with Barstool. But he's like a good-looking Harvard guy or whatever, but he has a recurring role on that show Tires. And he has like one of the funniest fucking sequences I've ever seen. He like plays a dude who's just like all hopped up on coke, and it's like
It's hysterical.
yeah. There's one part where Shane goes like, "Yeah, you know, isn't your wife Portuguese or whatever the fuck she is?" And he goes, "Yeah, you know, I thought that." And then and you know what? And then I came home one day and she told me that she didn't love me. And then he just like finishes his sandwich and like walks away silently. It was just like it was hilarious.
I've only on the season where Shane has a gun.
Yeah, I think that's the first episode of the second season.
I
Yeah.
never even finished the first season, and I love Shane. Like I love Shane's stand up, but
It's not a funny show. In
somebody
my opinion.
like ruined it for me because they're just like Shane Gillis is just doing the guy who celebrates his cat's birthday in Pineapple Express, but the shit where he's a baseball player. What's
Yeah.
that shit called? Eastbound and Down.
Yeah,
They're like
Kenny
Shane,
Powers.
They're like Shane Gillis is just doing Kenny Powers. Like
Yeah.
that's his whole character. And then I watch it, and I'm like, fuck, this is kind of just Shane.
Not doing Kenny.
I also-
doing
Kenny
it's
Powers a
more
little
of
bit.
like it's more of like,
I also don't like his like the other lead in the show.
dude, Scurbins is my favorite character.
No.
Yo, he's
We're just
funny
not-
on
we're
Shane's
just not gonna
podcast,
agree on
bro.
this
It does
entire-
no. Well, here's the thing. I don't
Because-
even dislike him, and I know I shouldn't be saying this, but like it's the hands. I don't know what he has, like some sort of like disease or something,
He's
but
just fucking weird.
his hands are always like that. They're always like clawed. And he's like, I can't. Anytime I see it, it just takes me out of the entire show, and I have to look at his weird hands.
I mean, look, have you seen this kid that's kind of like, do you know who Krispy Kreme is or Froggy Fresh? Do you remember this guy from our childhood?
I
Do you
don't
know
think
who that
so.
guy is? No.
Mm-mm.
He's like, he started doing this shit where like you didn't know if he was joking or not. It's almost like Warak. You know Warak?
Yeah,
Like-
Warrack.
Yeah, but like they're being funny. Like they're not like telling you that they're being funny, but they're doing stuff that you're like, yo, like
dude, I think
Are you sure those guys are being funny? 'Cause I think they're serious.
they're not, dude. There's pieces where they put comedy gold out,
I think
and you're
now
like, this
they,
is
I
not.
think they not.
Now
from
they're
the
leaning
video-
into it, but I
from
think
the
they
video that
started
went
as like
viral,
we're going to be
dude.
rappers.
Nah,
Yeah, I
bro.
think
I'm
so.
telling you, they're fucking with us, dude. I
don't
swear
know.
to God,
I
I
think
will
so.
die.
I think they
hope
backed
so.
I will
into
die
it.
on this
That's
mountain.
what I think too. But
I think they're like,
I
well,
hope
we're not
so.
going to be rappers, but apparently people are clicking on this.
Yeah.
shit.
Bro,
I
go
really
back and
hope so.
go back and watch like their first fucking joints where they don't even have like real production.
Wait, no,
shit.
because
Like, they're being
I've
funny.
clicked on their page recently. It's not like the original one that I've originally seen, like from like years ago. Like they put one out when I was like in like
Probably
like, going,
5 years
5
ago.
years
at this
ago.
point.
Yeah, but I don't think the ones on their page now are still the old. Maybe I'm wrong.
But anyway,
anyway, whatever.
enough about Warak. I
Dude,
think
they're
that
fucking
I think Warak
digress.
is like an ode to however you want to refer to this guy as like Krispy Kreme or well, you got Krispy Kreme like sued him, so he had to change his name,
Yeah.
and then he became Froggy Fresh. And basically, like the first video,
I know exactly what you're talking
the
about.
first
Yeah.
video that he puts out, he's like it's coming off as like a hard rapper. It's him and his buddy Murder Mike.
Yeah.
But they got boogers in their nose.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So
Yeah.
like, and the angle like is definitely the whole thing is that it's like you're supposed
Yeah.
to be sitting here like, is this hard rapper like have a booger in his fucking
Yeah.
nose? You know what I mean? And so anyway, there's a new kid out, and he's like stealing the same shit. He does like all these covers. He kind of has like the new age like mullet haircut, but he does like country songs singing and he covers like rap songs and shit.
Yeah.
But he just put out a shit where like his fucking feet are out. And his one fucking foot, dude, like I'd never seen crazy toes like this. And I was like, the comments got to be lit on this, dude. Or the kid is so smart that he like used AI to make his foot look funny to like make this shit go viral. You know what I mean? So I'm saying you got to take your socks off and we're going to play some production AI and get it going.
Yeah. Got to get some clicks.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I'm saying, I don't think anybody's foot could really look like that. Like the dude would be on.
It's like Crazy Legs from fucking Always. Don't Be a Menace.
Or like.
Yeah. You seen that movie, right?
Or like Littlefoot, Longfoot.
For a second.
What?
I thought you were about to say It's Always Sunny. I thought you were talking about Rickety Cricket.
No, have you ever seen Don't Be a Menace to Society? No? Oh, it's fucking great.
Oh, the only clip I remember from that is the fucking dude putting the ketchup on the girl's fucking nasty feet.
Oh God!
Like I swear, every time somebody like cracks a ketchup open at the bar, I'm like, oh.
No, there's fucking great parts of that movie. Man, I got these cheeseburgers.
That's the only other part I remember. Maybe as you keep
hurry up
reciting
and
it.
buy. When they go to the Asian food mart.
You guys seen? You guys know who Sam Hyde is?
Sam Hyde. No.
He's from Pawtucket. He's like, I don't know really what he is. He's fucking a comedian or whatever, but he's crazy. But he's starting to get more famous now. But he has this like you could have paid for it to watch it, but it's like an interactive thing called Fish Tank where he puts like bums and other people in a house, and if you stay in it the longest, you get $50,000. So it's been like, you guys got.
So like anybody can
be in it. There's like a dude like lost his like somebody like stole his snacks and like hit him, and he's like going around the house like fucking ripping it up, like interrogating people like, where's my candy? Where's my candy?
So it's basically like a hidden camera show about like a halfway house.
It's I'm pretty sure it's either like over here or it's in like Mass, like right over the line or some shit. It's like right here though, and his podcast studio and everything is on. I forgot what street, but he's right in like downtown Pawtucket, and they've been him and Nick Rochefort.
No.
They're like two comedians or like sketch comedy guys from Rhode Island. They've been kind of famous for. You ever heard of $1 Million Extreme?
No.
That was probably around your guys' time and your.
Don't date me.
No, I'm just saying, but like, I can't believe
you guys are
don't
old
even
as
know about
fuck.
him. He's from Pawtucket. Like,
I don't follow any of this shit, and I especially don't follow names. You know what? It's one of those things where I bet you if I saw the motherfucker, I'd be like, oh, I know that guy. But like, I don't fucking follow things. I don't.
Back in the day, where it's like a nerdy kid in a mirror going, "I'm a little nice. I'm okay. I'm a nice guy. I'm a swell guy. But when I get a little bit of sugar in me, I go fucking crazy."
I don't.
No, you never seen that? It's like an old YouTube.
It's like a Vine.
Yeah, no, older than Vine, dude. He like posted like a 6-second clip on like a 2-minute clip on YouTube 16 years ago or something. He's been famous on YouTube since like 2005.
Yeah,
that's why I would have just.
Yeah, I don't. I've never known him. I've never been
like around
on YouTube.
the same times as fucking Mr. Chair, put me in a fucking. I'm walking here. The fucking what's it called?
Fucking drinking out of cups.
Drinking out of cups. Yeah,
Mr. Walkway.
Yeah, he used to have like famous clips and shit around then, I think, and then now he's like, he just did that like social commentary thing called like Dear Elon, where he said like Indians 5,000 times. Like it's so fucking funny. Dude.
Okay,
he's so fucking funny, dude.
Right.
You gotta check him out. But I just thought you guys would have known him. He's right in Pawtucket.
I mean, I feel like the only guy I knew that made the leap from Vines to like actual fame was Bo Burnham. That's like the only.
I don't even know who that is.
You know what Bo Burnham is?
Maybe if I see the picture.
I don't know who that guy is.
Oh
either.
shit!
I know, like,
he's like a famous comedian. He like has like specials and shit. You guys got to watch fucking Inside. Bo Burnham. It's a. I don't know what it is. He filmed it like during COVID though, and I think it might be the most important thing to like come out of COVID culturally. Like it was like.
Take the Tiger King's name out of your mouth.
No,
like
I'm telling you, dude. Like, watch Inside. Like, it's kind of funny. He is a comedian, but like, it also is more of like a kind of a darker look into like the mentality we had during COVID. He like films it over this course of like a week, like alone in his house, basically. But look for Inside on Netflix by Bo Burnham. It's fucking really good.
You might get a kick out of this. Me and my buddies are gonna turn our golf league into like a YouTube channel probably next year.
Oh yeah,
but like not.
You
really,
want to join?
Not really like a golf. Not really like a golf YouTube channel.
All right, now I'm back in.
Way more comedy. I'm gonna because I'm not gonna play in it. I'm gonna be I'm the commissioner, so I'm gonna just everybody's gonna play a hyper version of themselves of the role.
Yeah.
Hyper. You know what I'm trying to fucking say. You know what I mean?
Nobody's here to watch a bunch of random guys in Connecticut.
No one's trying to. Yeah, but the funny thing, there's like old dudes in it, there's young dudes in it. Like, and then we just want to film it naturally, kind of like play your character, kind of.
Yeah.
But film everybody else's real reaction and shit, and just fucking all gas, no brakes, dude. You know what I mean? Just don't stop. Fuck with people, everything. Like,
so everybody's like, Timmy no breaks.
Everybody's gonna be great, and it's my buddies. It's just how we are, and we have a fucking drone. We got a lot of shit that we can do production wise. So we're gonna bring it all together next year. It's gonna be fucking funny. Dude.
All right, I'll look out for it.
I might have to do some sketches down here.
Yeah.
This might have to be the weekend.
I mean, I kind of want to play a character. If I could just be like a fucking angry Rhode Island man that sucks at golf, and like every time I hit a bad shot, which will be every time. I can flip out.
I could be the asshole commentator.
That's what I'm saying. I want that's what, like us with the headsets on. Because I could edit all this shit out. My buddies are good with all that. You know what I mean? Just us sitting down here. Oh fuck. You know what I mean? Like talking shit the entire time, like a weekend update type of.
Yeah,
you know what
I'd be down with that.
That's what I want to do, because every golf channel's fucking gay, dude. It's all like, oh, we got John Daly on. Tell us your fucking favorite drinking story. Let's shotgun a beer.
Yeah.
Like, all right, dude. The next generation's just gonna get alcohol. Like, they're all gonna be alcoholics, dude.
Well, that and also fucking golf, like celebrities nowadays are all fucking losers. Like, they're all just the same version of like a random white guy who like grew up on a fucking country club golf course. Yeah, like, none of them have any personality whatsoever.
Guys are fucking cool. Come on. Yeah. Come on.
What guys are cool?
Fucking dudes sometimes grow up on country club golf courses and end up kind of cool.
He's all right. I'm pretty cool.
Are you talking about yourself?
I'm just talking about I won a needle in the haystack.
You grew up in Naugatuck?
Yeah, but my mom's been married to my stepdad for so long, and they're rich as shit.
Yeah.
So they've always been at Kirkbrayde and Lincoln. And they're so white trash, even though they have money, that they got kicked out of Kirkbrayde. And now that they're at Warwick Country Club, which is fucking nicer than Kirkbrayde.
Yeah.
So I've always been at country clubs.
They failed up in that regard? Yeah. That's good.
They filled up, yeah.
There you go.
Maybe that's why we resonated with each other, because my whole family got kicked out of a cookout one time, and they screamed, "You and your maniac family, you get out of here!"
It was because my mom kept on taking drinks outside of the fucking designated bar area and shit, like sneaking it. They'd catch her putting it in like fucking.
I don't know. That doesn't add up. You don't get thrown out of country clubs for that. She also
called a little kid an asshole for being mean to my sister.
Yeah.
But then she went up to it and called him a little asshole. And the parents didn't like that.
Yeah.
A whole bunch of things.
Your mom's actually like...
I wonder where I get it from.
Yeah, but that's just it. I feel like you're trying to give me like the Zach quit his job story again, where it's like, well, all I did was show up 10 minutes late. And it's like, what else, Zach?
Okay,
it's like, I also punched a guy in the throat. It's like, well, there it is.
I pulled a pistol.
For the record, that never happened. Never punched the guy.
I told the owner to fucking suck my cock. It's like, oh, all right, now I get it, you know? Yeah.
Now, the funniest time I ever quit was when I was in high school. I was working at this place called Timbasio's in fucking Newtown. And I was doing something with my dad it was like right when I just started working too. I didn't really know like fucking ethics, you know what I mean? Because I would just work with my dad.
I was a terrible person. Yeah.
No, dude, you're just young. You don't give a shit about like what your schedule is and stuff.
Yeah.
Like it doesn't matter to you. You work with your dad and your buddies' dads all the time. They pay you. You know what I mean? Like, the fuck cares if I show up for my busboy shift? So I didn't want to go, and I never told them because I was like anxious or whatever. And then they were texting me like, "What the hell? You're gonna." Blah blah blah. I was like, "Hey John, that's the restaurant business." Like, sorry,
Zing.
buddy. See, I guess that's the restaurant business, and then that's my restaurant.
It's true though. If you were paying me a lot of
Yeah.
money, I would show up, but you weren't.
Yeah,
so
no
fuck
shit,
you.
yeah.
You know?
You remember the kid that was like, he went viral or whatever for all he would say. He'd go on like he'd tell you about his day or whatever, and something shitty would happen, and he'd be like, "But that's showbiz, baby."
yeah.
I quote that a lot, and nobody gets it, but
It's funny.
my man Zach got it.
I've seen. I don't know his name on Instagram. People come and go on Instagram all the time.
Yeah. I think they stay. It's just Instagram is like, all right, you're going to look at these guys now.
And then you're like, why the fuck am I following 2,000 people? Oh, it's because I still follow this.
Yeah.
They never show me him, though.
Oh, dude, what about that band? You know about the Gringos?
No.
No? You got to look them up, man.
He'll probably call him gay.
I probably will.
Just because they're
Brennan
trying to be too much like...
You know what I
they're
think?
Trying to bring an era back that's so far gone that it's just like, I'm happy they're doing it. That's why I follow them.
Well, what's the era?
just like porch music. You know what I mean? Like rock fests and shit. Like
That's their thing. They always be sitting on a porch like jamming, but they cover a lot of like solid classic rock jams.
The singer's
like
pretty good.
the singer's good.
The drummer's fire.
The
brings it
guitarist is good. He does the fucking behind his back shit. They got a few videos where like they're actually plugged in on the porch and like the crowd is all like in their front yard and shit.
Yeah.
But they have like their own. They have their original
too.
stuff.
Like huge crowds.
And the lead singer's got a good voice, but they just be sitting on. Like most of the time, they're like sitting down on the porch,
They're from
right?
Athens, Georgia, too. I think that's like a southern thing. Like I think that happens in the South.
I was gonna say you guys are talking about porch music, and I'm just kind of like nodding my head, but I'm like, is music played on the porch? I don't know. Like that's not something I've ever heard
They try to
of.
have porch fests and shit all the time, but
When?
a lot.
Where are
I think
these
there
things?
was one in Providence not too long ago.
A
to be honest
porch
with you.
fest?
Yeah, they have them in Black Rock, Bridgeport a lot.
And they're
There's a
called
huge-
porch fests?
Yeah, porch fests.
Yo,
there was one in
Am I just not
Providence.
familiar with this?
One time to bring it back to hospitality real quick, I don't know where I got turned on to the term porch monkey,
All right, well,
but
next topic.
but I did not know that it was a racist term. You know what I mean? It's like the story about the moolies where somebody's like, "Oh, you don't use moolie?"
Yeah.
And like you can't fucking say that.
Yeah, you definitely
So,
can't say that either.
I'm like a fucking 15, 16-year-old like back of the house miscreant at Red Lobster, right?
Yeah.
And this one bartender, James, suspect that he thought that he hung out with us. I don't know why, but I'm like, yo, man, remember when we used to call each other porch monkeys all the time? And I like said that to him like in the middle of like the alley, and he was like, no, like I had like just doxed him. You know what I mean? Like his only move was like, what's this fucking kid talking about? I never said that. You know what I mean? Like.
Yeah.
But anyway.
Well, you probably were saying it in front of like the other black
In
bus
front of
boy.
everybody. Yeah, we were in Florida, bro. It's very
Immediately the guy was just like, "Did you, motherfucker?"
That's why James was
say
like,
it.
no.
Say it.
Yeah. What? Porch
Say-
monkey?
No, them like.
Oh
looking
yeah,
at-
say it.
Who fucking who does that as like an actor? Is it like Samuel L. Jackson or some
I
shit?
think it's Denzel Washington, right?
No, it's Samuel L. during an interview. He's like,
Oh, it is. Yeah,
it's about Tarantino always using the N-word, and he's like, "What do you mean the N-word? Why don't you say it? Say it."
Oh
You
yeah,
can say
what
it."
word? What word?
Yeah. The guy's just like, "I don't want to say it." He's like, "Go ahead, say it." Yeah.
See, look at this is my search. All whores.
Yeah.
You click on one whore, and
then
you're
just whores
fucking
forever.
cursed. Yeah.
Although I am curious about the one in yoga pants with her legs around her head.
Yo, who wouldn't be? That's
Just saying.
probably the one I clicked on.
I was
That
gonna
got
say
me-
if you're gonna click on one, have it be that one.
All right, here we go. Here's the gringos.
Yeah. All right, so yeah, that looks fun. The dad in me though immediately looks at it and just thinks like,
You guys are gonna get
fucking traffic. You know, like this is why I can't make it to fucking work.
This is what makes me bad. Like, I want to like these guys, right? But like immediately, I'm like, gay sandals, get your feet out of my face.
Yeah, no, you're
what
right.
the fuck?
Dude, look at any
Also,
band
like-
in the 70s, though.
Yeah,
they
they
wore
all-
fucking bell bottoms and
Bro, I was just thinking about that today.
Dwayne
You
Allman
ever
was
see the
125
shoes?
pounds.
Like the shoes that like the Rolling Stones are wearing back in the
Oh,
day?
yeah,
They
like
used to wear
platform shoes.
platforms. Motley
Yeah,
Crue used to
what
stuff their
the
pants with
fuck,
socks.
dude?
Red Hot Chili Peppers and Jorgen, you guys were teenagers when the Red Hot Chili Peppers went out with socks on their cocks.
Yeah, that was badass though.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
less gay than wearing sandals, in my
I
opinion.
agree. I will definitely die on that hill. It's definitely less gay than wearing sandals.
Not gonna lie, I saw Red Hot Chili Peppers last year, but what
Actually,
was
hold
gay
up.
was Anthony Kiedis' fishnet fucking clothing.
Sandals with
yeah.
socks. Sandals with socks is a whole
Also,
other level.
Yeah, what's
Yeah.
wrong with
Well,
sandals?
Anthony-
What's wrong with country club kids with fucking socks and sandals?
I'd rather,
dude?
well, I
Who
like
love
that I don't
playing
have to
music?
see your dogs.
Yeah.
Yeah, my dogs
They
aren't out. I
covered
don't
up.
let the dogs go out. It's a cold day. Not at the beach.
Yeah.
Not at the,
These
yeah. That's what, if you're on a beach or on a boat, then fine.
You're running
I got
errands,
a
you're
pair of
putting
shoes
socks
I
on.
bet you would fucking hate. I got them for Father's Day. They're called Hey Dudes.
No, I love those.
You'd
dude.
fucking
Oh
hate
my
them.
Bro. They're like fucking
not the most
woven
comfortable?
Crocs.
So
the
yeah,
most
basically
comfortable
They're
shoe in the
Crocs
world.
made out of jeans.
They're slippers made like they're slipper Crocs.
They're house
is
shoes
basically
with
what they are.
outside soles
Yeah.
on them.
Yeah. So
They're,
you'd
they're the
fucking
most
hate
comfortable
them.
shoe in the world.
Yeah, they really are.
They have non-slip ones too that you could wear to work.
I would never wear those to work. Actually, I did wear them to work the first day I had it just because it was fucking 98 degrees and I didn't want to get dressed for work. But like the moment I put my foot on the ground, it was like the whole bottom like was stained black. I was like, all right, never mind.
Yeah.
Like
Those shoes, you know who I see wearing those shoes at the airport? Like fat piece of shit redneck men.
I got news for you, man. I'm a fat
but
piece
they
of shit.
took it from like piece of shit country club people.
Yeah, we're taking it back.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Fat
It's a
rednecks can't
very
be the only
white-
ones
it's
that
a
get
very
comfortable.
white shoe. It's
Yeah.
an
You guys are
all-around
gonna
white
you guys are gonna
shoe.
have those shoes next with the toes. That's the next
No,
thing. we're
That's
gonna
the
That's-
grippy ones.
That's
Yeah.
liberal white. Liberals haven't came over to this type
Yeah.
of white shoe yet. They
Yeah.
stay out of
The
this
toe
one right now.
shoes?
No,
Yeah.
that's a
The toe
liberal,
shoes, that's a liberal
the
thing.
liberal shoe.
liberal whites.
Yeah.
Liberal whites love toe shoes. Yeah, they love hiking and fucking being and like grounding. That's called grounding. Ever
Yes.
grounded?
Yo, you're talking about my brother-in-law right now, dog. We got a grounding mat on my bed up there because we're into grounding as a family.
Do you also put your starfish in the sun and let the?
Yeah,
the
I've heard
vitamin
about
D-
the rays. Let the rays penetrate. Getting butt fucked by the
Listen.
sun.
I don't get penetrated. I don't care.
Oh,
if
those
it's by
rays are
the-
penetrating.
I don't care if it's by the sun. I saw this meme one time. Imagine dudes not wearing sunscreen, thinking you stronger than the sun, motherfucker.
I don't wear sunscreen
Ever?
ever.
Ever.
When you
don't-
go to the
no.
beach?
Nope. Not even when it was UV.
I
it was-
tan.
Yeah,
I
I tan too.
I fucking get red, dude. So it's like I've learned my lesson.
This is from
Well-
yesterday. I'm a little red up here, but that's nothing. I'm not burnt though. It's not.
Yeah.
Like,
So I
I mean, I'm
attribute
not
it
putting
to
sunscreen. Like, I went out and picked my raspberries in 100-degree heat yesterday. I didn't put sunscreen on. But
yeah. But when you go to the beach, you put on sunscreen.
yeah, I've just learned my lesson too many times to be like, all right.
See, to
I've
me-
never been burnt though. Like Bree gets, she's more Portuguese than I don't know what the hell I have because I'm way more white than her. But she gets like bubbly if she doesn't like. She could wear SPF 100 and she still gets burnt, like bad burnt. It hurts. I'll wear SPF 30 at.
I would
if
never bet on that.
even if
Well,
I-
she must
even
have
if I
fucking like some
remember-
sort of like skin condition. Because my stepfather has a. My stepfather's
Yeah,
Mexican.
maybe she should figure
and
that
he
out.
can't be in the fucking sun.
Really?
Yeah, because well,
Yeah.
I mean, I think from years of just being in the Mexican sun, like now if he goes out in the sun, his shit like bubbles up. Like
Oh shit.
it's not even like sunburn. It's like literally like fucking like his skin
like
bubbles.
blisters, yeah.
yeah,
It's
Yeah.
probably like side effect from like long-term exposure to ivermectin or something like that.
probably.
Yeah.
Yeah. He
That's a joke about horses.
yeah
For
that
Armando.
is.
My dad
For,
takes-
for
my
the
dad
audience
takes
that might be
ivermectin.
missing.
My dad's full on like whatever Joe Rogan says now.
Hell yeah.
Which
He's
is
like, dude,
wild to me.
I snorted Alpha Brain and ivermectin, and
Dude,
then I
he's been-
fucking
he's been
stuck.
taking, like, some little blue pill too.
What's the deal with the Liver King? The Liver King just tried to
Percocet?
kill
He
him.
just tried to kill Joe Rogan.
yeah,
Yeah.
So yeah, it's fucking
no, he's
wild.
Not taking Percocet.
That was a solid perk reference.
Perk 30.
Have you ever snorted a perk 30? It's the most delicious tasting drug. I love it.
I never got into
Never
snorting
done,
shit.
Never really done.
I
Pills.
hated- I
was
hated the drip.
prescribed the Vyvanse in high school, so that didn't really.
The
count.
drip is the best part, bro.
Ugh.
No, that's the.
Yeah.
Oh,
worst
yo,
drip
what about
everything.
did I send you that shit where this kid fucking engineered a cocaine snorting
Oh, like aerosol?
yeah.
Yeah.
Like
Well,
he's
I
got the
didn't-
formula
I don't
down.
think you sent me it, but I've heard of that. Yeah.
You're like, I'm gonna start getting back into
Like
drugs.
like an Afrin for cocaine?
yeah, and he's like, you could just do it. Nobody could. He's like, and he's like, he's like with the math. He's like every squirt is like a line, and I'm like,
Yeah.
nah, you need like 4 squirts for the lines that I used to chop up.
Yeah. Yeah, no. I saw the TikTok fucking challenge though of the dude. Was it a chick or a guy? I can't remember. One of them though.
Knowing the internet nowadays, who knows?
Yeah, that's true. They were doing like a TikTok huffing challenge, and they like died huffing office duster. You didn't hear about that?
No.
Oh yeah, it was like Did you?
No,
Never
no,
mind.
no,
yeah,
no.
but it was just I was reading it. I was like, kids these days, man, come on. I was fucking huffing shit like every goddamn weekend when I was 15 years old.
Like, is it just deadlier now?
I don't know. I mean, it definitely you could die. I think it was
I
probably
never huffed
Take
anything
me back
either.
to your
You guys
huffing
are
days,
fucking-
right?
Sure.
Wherever, so you get together with the boys,
Yeah.
right? And you're
Oh
like-
no,
and-
huffing is not usually a
computer duster?
yeah. Office duster is usually like just for yourself. Yeah, it was just a way of just punching holes. Like most of my huffing was alone, which now that I say it out loud is pretty sad. But every now and again you'd have a little huffing party.
All
you
right.
know? Yeah.
Like you come up.
That's wild. I've
come up
only
like-
ever seen people huff things in groups, bro. Like,
No, you're just kind of sitting there
Everything
playing video games, and all of a sudden you're like, aerosol can, rag.
Dude,
everything I know about the world, Brennan is the opposite.
look up the picture of Charlie Day and It's Always Sunny huffing. You know what I'm talking about?
The spray paint.
He's huffing the stew.
What is going on up here?
That's all I can imagine.
That's no. I mean, I was in boarding school, so like I said, anything. Anything you could get over the fucking counter, you ate or ingested somehow.
Yeah, but like, is there any type of like, are you fucking reading the labels and like looking for keywords? Are you looking?
You're looking for anything that tells you not to huff it, basically.
Yeah, are you scared off by any keyword?
No.
You're not reading ingredient labels.
I probably huff things.
40.
I huff things that I didn't get high off of that I was just like, well, I don't know what that was. You know, whatever.
If this shit doesn't make me talk like RFK when I'm done with it, I'm never buying it again.
Now you wanted, Glade. Always used to have it. Fucking what else? Office duster. What else?
What about Glade? When you huff,
Yep.
and you're doing Glade.
Has to be specifically Glade though, because like Lysol air freshener didn't have whatever it is that got you high.
Can you taste it?
Oh yeah. So you fucking get yourself a nice citrus
flavor
blend.
preference.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Oh,
I was
the
an orange
margarita?
can. Orange can all the way.
Citrus blend margarita
citrus,
Glade?
Yeah, just like a little touch of orange. It's nice.
How
it's like
about-
orange soda, basically, except it makes your head bubbly.
This just kind of like occurred to me too, right? Can you do Duster as like a replacement for like jerking off and hanging yourself?
Probably, yeah.
Just be careful you don't do it in reverse. You might be huffing your fucking cum rag.
Duster was when you would take Duster though, it was so because it's compressed air, so it was so cold though that it would like freeze your vocal cords. So you dust it, you go, and you'd come out and just talk like this.
Yeah, that's what my
It's
boys would do that shit. Like in my fucking, like I had like the party house, right? And I was like a year older than all the guys that I was like hanging out with at the other servers at Red Lobster that we all became friendly. You know what I mean? So I've got like a year of college ahead of them, right? So I'm kind of like the old man, like looking at these freshmen, right?
Yeah.
And I'm selling weed at the time, right? So every day come back to my house, we split an eighth or some shit, rip a bunch of bongs, and then one of them would have Duster. And they'd
Yeah.
And I even with all the drugs that I've done, I would be like, why? I was like, you guys know I have like
we have real drugs.
Yeah, like there's other drugs.
Yeah,
like I got Xanax and Lortabs.
Well, that's just it. You do it kind of as like anytime you did do it in a group setting, it would be like a hey, we just ate some mushrooms, we're smoking this blunt, let's pass around a little office duster, just kind of liven things up. You just get the bong 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 going on, fucking.
They didn't have whippets back then.
So did I ever tell you my Dunkin' Donuts story?
Yes.
No.
So I
refresh Zach though because I want to see him laugh about it.
I've worked at Dunkin' Donuts for I don't know, man, maybe 3 weeks, right? But my buddy was like the manager there, and my other buddy was like the other coworker. So it was just like 3 like 16 and 15-year-olds running this Dunkin' Donuts basically. So we're just taking whippets all the time because at that point, that's when Dunkin' Donuts just I don't know how they do it now, but it's just pallets of fucking whipped cream, pallets and pallets and pallets. So we're just doing whippets like constantly, just going on down the pallet. And then the regional manager shows up. And, they do that whole walk-along shit where they're like, I'm going to stand in the window for a little bit and make some drinks, First one he pours out, it's just like pea snot just coming out. He's like, well, that's weird. Picks up another one. Pea snot coming out. Okay, that's weird. Goes into the back, gets 4 more. Pea snot. And he's like, are all of them like this? And we're like, yeah, all of them. He's like, you're all fired. It's like, yeah. Oh, shit. All right. You got us.
That's the worst drug to get fired for, too, because it lasts 2 seconds.
Well, that's just it. Because it lasted 2 seconds, dude. I was doing probably like, I don't know, like in an 8-hour shift, I was probably doing like 28 fucking whippets a day. Like, it's nuts. Yeah, I mean, like it was really just anytime you went in the back, you were just
smarter than
what's up?
So you present yourself a lot smarter than somebody who did whippets.
I mean, I was doing drugs at a very developmental age of my brain.
Brennan's like drug stories start when I'm not doing them, and they end when I start. Yeah, so it's like the two of us combined have like a long storied love affair with drugs.
I mean,
but no overlap. He's never snorted coke. I don't think you've ever snorted pills. No. Like all of your drugs are like things you can steal from Walgreens. Like not even in the pharmacy section. You know what I mean? Like it's like they had already pulled the gate down, and you can only get high on.
So I started
camping
Ritalin and
section of-
Adderall. I did coke. I blew coke once. I actually smoked coke more often than I blew it. But
Dude, what?
But then he knows, like, that area of Connecticut we grew up in, it was all hallucinogens.
Yeah.
So it was like
yeah.
I was eating mushrooms, I was doing acid, I was even
Yeah.
ecstasy at that point, though, was more or less heroin. But that was another thing too, is like by the time I got to like 18, 19, I'd basically crushed my brain developmentally to the point where like I could not handle the chemical influxes that were occurring. Like I had like anxiety, like crippling anxiety. I had like depression and shit. Like I had broken my brain basically by the time I was 19.
Yeah.
And then at that point, you know, I had friends who started getting into oxys and shit, and they started becoming heroin addicts, and they started dying. It was just one of those things where I was like, I can't fuck with this shit anymore, you know? So at that point, I kept drinking, but my drug like phase was basically from, what the fuck are you in 7th, like 13, 14 to like 19. That was like my drug window, so to speak.
Yeah.
But I fit them all in.
How are Ryan is the oldest?
Yeah.
And then is your sister in between you guys?
No, my sister was younger than me.
She was younger.
Yeah.
But did her fucking around at any point cause you to be like, fuck, I gotta reel this shit in?
Well, no, because she was 6 years younger than me, so
you've already made this like,
Yeah, so
you're
I'd
not
stopped-
affected to like be a better person by any of that at all.
No. I'd stopped doing drugs by the time she was kind of into them. But then, like, you know, she fucking went down. She was smoking crack. That was her problem. But again, though, it was one of those things where, like,
Dude, that's not to laugh about a morbid situation. That was her problem.
No, well, I'm just saying, though, it was just, you know, she didn't. I don't know.
That was her problem.
Yeah, well, you know, if I had stayed with my friends, like, you know, like I said, when I don't smoke coke, or I didn't snort coke, I smoked coke. I was going down that path.
Yeah.
You know, like. If it weren't for the fact that like people started dying, I probably would have just.
That's like
become
the
a
only way
crackhead.
that weed is a gateway drug. They're like, well, yeah, if you sprinkle coke on it, like you're gonna turn
You get
yourself into a
some
crackhead
bangers,
by mistake.
you know?
Like, yeah.
exactly. I will say though, I've been offered crack a number of times, but every time I would be like, no, and they'd be like, why not? And I'd be like, because it's crack.
Yeah.
Like, you know, like,
I have morals.
Yeah,
Like,
exactly. But you know, at what point in time would I have been convinced to try it once and then become a crackhead? Like, I probably would have.
I don't think so. I don't think I would have to be on like ecstasy, I feel like.
Yeah.
I'd have to be in the middle of a roll feeling great for you to hand me a crack or a meth globe and be
Yeah.
like, hell yeah, brother.
Yeah.
Like I would be like, you know what I mean? I don't know what it is about those things, or even like a needle. Like I've never shot anything up either.
Yeah.
Like all of those things I've been like,
Well, the needle
This
thing
is like
just
where I
that's-
draw the line.
Yeah, the needle thing, you pretty much fall into that hole just by going down your rabbit hole. Like if your story ends with the needle, if you had just stayed on that same
Yeah.
path
Oh,
for
yeah.
like 3 more months, you know,
maybe not
'Cause
even that long. I was
what-
running out of money.
Yeah, it was exactly. Once you run out of money, you still need to get that fucking
Yeah.
high. That's what happened to my buddy Jeremy. Like he was the first one to be like, I've never do fucking heroin. I would never do heroin. I never do heroin. It's like you're doing synthetic heroin, dude.
Yeah.
You know, like you know what you're doing. You know how this ends, and that's what happened. He fucking died. Yeah, so I don't know. It's just at an early age, I kind of had that feeling where I was like, Jesus, man. So a lot of people are fucking dying all of a sudden. So I
Yeah.
kind of I pulled the ripcord because I am a fucking coward.
I don't
As
think
much as I talk about dying, I don't want to. You
Yeah.
know? Like
Nobody died in my shit. Maybe that's
Yeah.
what my problem was. Yeah.
we had like an epidemic in my town, Woodbury. Like we've had fucking
Still do.
yeah, it probably
You
is. Yeah,
fucking
I haven't been there in
crackheads.
fucking years, but it was just it's a very small town for however many fucking heroin overdoses we had. Like I know probably 7 people who died of heroin overdoses, and fucking town only had like 6,000 people in it, you know? Like, so 7 kids that I like knew and went to high school with all died of heroin overdoses in a town of maybe 250 kids, like in that age group, you know?
I think
It's a
Waterbury and
pretty
Naughty
big
is just-
percentage.
where I'm from is just shitty enough, so you just smoke weed.
Yeah.
You don't have to
Yeah.
add anything else on top of it.
Yeah.
You're gonna sprinkle no coke
Yeah.
on that
No,
bomb.
I
Yeah,
remember.
you're gonna
I
be
remember
all
when
right.
I was like 16 and like I played hockey with some kid, and he was like, "Yeah, dude." I was like, "Yeah, we're gonna smoke weed one like after the game or whatever," and he was like, "Oh, dude, I wish my brother was here. He sprinkles angel dust on it." I was like, "I'm never fucking smoking weed with you." Like, in
Yeah.
fact,
And this
I'm not even gonna
conversation's
talk
over.
to you
Yeah.
again.
Isn't
That-
angel dust just meth?
It's
Well,
some type
no,
of
it's like a-
fucking. I
it's
think
a-
it's ecstasy, right?
No,
Nah,
it's-
dude. I think
it's
it's
a-
it's a fucking.
Dude, it's
PCP. It's a
spice.
chemical
Yeah, it's like
compound, but
spice
it's
or
like
some
fucking.
shit. I don't know, dude. Never done it.
No, it's like a medical thing, but I don't know exactly what they use it for.
No, is angel dust.
Yeah, no,
Look
well, that's what I'm saying. Angel Dust
No,
is
he
PCP.
says is PCP meth. Oh, is Angel Dust PCP?
Yeah,
It's called,
PCP.
it's called fucking super grass,
Yeah, it's
man.
an anesthetic. That's what it was. Yeah.
Fuck that, dude.
Yeah. So yeah, all the good drugs like started off with like a medical purpose.
I feel like I want to do some PCP.
No, you don't.
Why?
Dude, when I had mono, remember when I had mono? When I just ending 10 and shit like that?
Yeah.
When I had to go to the hospital because I was like dying in fucking South Carolina.
Yeah.
And they gave me morphine, and I was like, I've never done like anything like that, obviously. I've never really even done drugs. So I'm sitting there, I was like, oh, dude, I don't want morphine or anything. I'll probably just ride the pain out or whatever. But I was like, fucking bad, and they wouldn't give me any pills or whatever.
Yeah.
So they were like, we got to give you morphine. And I was like, and I'm scared of needles and shit too, but they put it in, and it's like you don't feel nothing.
Yeah, it's like walking into a warm bath.
It's just cold, and then they put the thing in, it's cold, warm, whoosh. You're like, holy shit.
Yeah.
I
can get used to this.
No, because I said that my stepdad was with me because he was I was fucking dying, dude.
Yeah.
Like, I needed no pain to like start eating stuff because I hadn't eaten like almost 2 weeks at that point.
Yeah.
I was just like liquids and shit.
And once that morphine hits, you're like, get me Burger King.
Oh my god! I was like, holy shit! I can see why fucking people do heroin. And then everybody was laughing. I was like, dude, heroin is the fucking best.
Yeah.
I was like,
That was just it. Even when taking ecstasy back in the day, like I would be looking for like the pills that had like the big brown spots. I'd be like, yeah, give me that fucking heroin. Yeah, like fuck
I've
yeah.
never done ecstasy either, so I don't even.
I was thinking about that today too. Like people have like Molly, and it's just like pure of
MDMA.
Like, yeah, but it's like you gotta like roll it around in cat litter and throw it in a drain.
All the extras
That's why
was
I've
the
never
best.
done drugs, dude. Every time I hear all the way shit, and I don't want that.
Yeah,
no,
dude. Like,
I don't know what made me take ecstasy. You know what I mean? Like, I only had like a brief love affair with it. Maybe
I
like
have friends who've taken it and shit,
6
and
months.
they've offered it to me. It's like, dude, what is like, and that's the thing. They've only ever done it for like that amount of time.
Yeah.
Well, because anybody who ever did it longer would ended up just being a fucking weirdo.
Yeah,
I mean, it's not one of those things. You have to like let the chemicals build up in your brain again. You know what I mean? Like if you roll hard on like Friday night and you try to roll again on Saturday, like you're not going to have the same
it's like mushrooms.
experience.
Every time, you can't trip a lot every day.
All those fucking like designer like glam drugs though, they all are designed to like make you like feel like you're the person you always wanted to be. But then like the moment you come down from them, you're just like, I'm a piece of shit. I should kill myself.
That's what happened to me the first time I fucking tripped,
making
bro.
drinking feeling.
Yeah, well, it's one of those things where you're just like the highs sure are that high, but like the lows are always that low.
The
It's
monks
like,
figured out how to do that with beer
Yeah.
a long time ago, and that's why I never.
No, there's nothing like coming off of like a fucking ecstasy letdown where like all of your brain was just flooded with every emotion you've ever had since childhood.
Yeah, that
and then all of a
sucks.
sudden like a fucking tidal flow, it just like ebbs back and you're just left like empty husk of a human being, just like I could die right now and
Yeah,
it wouldn't even matter. You know,
sucks.
it's like
That sucks.
it's not fun. People are getting fucking ketamine now for
Dude, people
depression
do
and shit
ketamine
though
now.
Yeah. Well, like that's like doctors. I don't know if they're prescribing it or if they're doing like clinical research on it or whatever. But like people are just getting ketamine for depression.
I got a funny.
And it's like, don't get me wrong. Like, yeah, when you're on ketamine, Special K, like you're not depressed for
you
sure.
done
But
it?
like, I don't know if that's necessarily good for a human being.
Have you done
know?
it?
Okay, yeah.
What does it do?
You just well.
It's a
there's-
disassociative.
like-
I was gonna
are
say
you
it
kinda, like,
varies depending
high?
on
Are
how
you,
much
like-
you take it, but yeah.
Obviously, you're fucking high, but is it kind of like weed? Because like,
Dude.
what does it make you feel like? Because when I went to a Grateful Dead a Dead and Company concert with my buddies when we were all 16. We just got our license. We set up a tent, and there was a fucking bunch of people walking around on ketamine. But there was a dude who kept on coming back to our campsite with like a staff, and he was shirtless and shit. And he kept annoying us, and we finally just gave him Jim Beam to go away. Like half a bottle of Jim Beam. We gave it to him, and he walked away. We never saw him again.
Yeah. So you had to bribe him away
To
from
bribe
you?
him away from him, but he was so annoying, and he can like fucking leaning on
That's
you
it,
and
yeah.
like that.
Yeah, you
But that's like it just like looked like a drunk high guy to me. I didn't know he was on ketamine.
Yeah,
until he
I mean,
started
you're
going,
super,
"I'm
like, you know,
rolling
super-
off the K dog.
yeah, and you're all out of it and fucking yeah.
I fucking hate that.
Yeah.
I fucking hate
Yeah, you basically that's just it. If you're not taking it in like a rave environment where like everybody else is on K, you just become the most annoying person at
Yeah.
the party.
Me and my
you know?
buddies like scored beer. We're having a campfire, and this fucking annoying hippie's coming over.
Like that's not the environment to be doing it. You need to be doing it like when you're like dancing for like 4.5 hours straight, just streaming sweat and like, you know, yeah. Like that's
You got to take it when you're in the Matrix 3.
Basically, yeah. When you're in the fucking
it's the
the
third
fucking
pill.
Zion, you
You
know.
got to party so those machines hear us.
Exactly.
The only drug that ever piqued my interest that I've ever wanted to do that I've never done is DMT, because I've heard that
Yeah,
it makes you
ayahuasca
live-
and shit.
not even ayahuasca, like the smoking the DMT like looks like crack.
Yeah, but that only
'Cause I
lasts
heard-
like a couple seconds.
Yeah, but I heard in your mind it makes you feel like you were in there for years.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
People have had like whole like
yeah. Like I
some
mean, you
dude-
don't like Ari Shafir, but Ari had a whole fucking life in a different
yeah,
galaxy.
like in an
in
underwater
an
world or
underwater
some shit. He
world
had a
and
wife.
shit, and
Yeah,
then
he
just,
tells
he
that.
just snapped out of it, dude. But it's not even just him saying it. Duncan Trussell said it.
Yeah.
Joe Rogan said he's had some shit. Like they've all said like some crazy shit, and then I've known people who said like, dude, I'm never doing that again, dude. I felt like I was in there forever. I looked at my phone and only like 4 minutes passed, and I was like, that's kind of some freaky shit I would want to do. But
Well,
there's
people
no,
say
there's no
there's
other
like
drug that I'd
there's
wanna
like
do.
entities and stuff
Yeah,
in DMT, like
clowns and evil people and like forms and figures and
Elves.
shit and elves. Yeah,
yeah,
I really
like
want to.
geometric like entities
when
and
you,
shit.
When you do acid and mushrooms for the first time, you're thinking like, oh, this is just gonna be like the cartoons. I'm gonna see it's gonna be like a Disney movie.
Yeah.
I'm gonna see
Oh,
a
you're really
fucking
seeing his trails
Tweety
melting and
bird.
shit.
Yeah, and then it's just shit is just blobs, and you're like, well, this is fucking. This sucks. What the fuck? Like,
Well,
I mean, I wish any of my acid experiences were me being like, this is too tame for me.
Well,
like all my acid experiences were like, this is a waking nightmare.
well, that's the only
Yeah.
drug that not really. Acid and mushrooms were the only ones that I ever really did in high school, and
Yeah.
we got there.
Yeah.
But when you realize that, though, that's why I stopped doing it, because I was like, this is fucking. It's just gay. You know
Yeah.
what I mean? Like, you get kind of like the same come down sometimes. Like,
Oh yeah, you definitely get cracked out.
yeah, and it was like, that's gay.
Yeah.
And I don't like feeling like that. And then not seeing fucking clones and little elves and shit, that's gay. I want to see elves. I want to see fucking actual shit. I don't want to
Yeah.
just imagine it forming out of
Right.
a fucking thing.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I
you don't want to put your glass down and see like the coffee
Yeah,
table
yeah,
ripple. Like that doesn't.
Eating
yeah.
a bowl of rice and they all turn into maggots. I hate that. I'm not
Yeah.
trying to fucking do that again.
Yeah.
yeah, that's crazy.
Uh,
I took like a large dose of mushrooms one time. Like I've never of all the acid that I've ever tried to do, only like 3 times. I swear it wasn't stored properly and it
Yeah.
just didn't hit like it should have, you know. But the couple of times where I took like super high doses of mushrooms, one time I swear to God, like it clicked and it was like a Disney movie. I was like, I looked over at my friend. I go, "Yo, does all this shit look like it was colored with colored pencils right now?"
Well, yeah, no, that
And
happens
he's
with
like,
mushrooms.
yeah, dude. And I was like, I swear I can like hear the birds from Snow White. Like nature is so
Yeah.
fucking magical, dude. You know what I mean? Like, and it was like that for like 4 hours.
yeah,
and
it's
then
more like sensory
I came
though
down-
than like
Overload,
illusionary.
yeah,
like you
it's
don't
not-
see
yeah,
things as much as you kind of like.
You sense shit.
Yeah,
for,
exactly.
for
But I
sure.
think-
Yeah.
Like
Yo.
you could sense shit off of people, but
Did-
like
Did we talk about this at all? Like, so there's 2 buddies, right? And this guy one guy has a history with hallucinogens and shit like that, and he's like reading up about his other friend is blind, and basically there's multiple ways that you can be blind, but this kid's condition is that his eyes were just broken. You know what I mean? I guess there's like being blind in the brain and being blind because your eyes don't work, right? So basically, this dude was like, you should be able to have a visual experience on DMT. You know what I mean? Because of the way that your eyes are broken.
Yeah.
So the kid signs off on it. He says, let's fucking rip it. You know what I mean? And the blind kid takes the DMT, has his experience and shit. And he goes, what, did you see anything? He goes, I don't know how to describe it, but it's the most beautiful thing
that's awesome.
that I've ever
See-
done in my life. You know what I mean? Like, and this is a kid you obviously never see, rolling around in darkness. And now you've had this fucking thing.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Like, how do you not then just become like, well, I guess I'm just gonna take DMT every day of my life? You know,
don't
like
think I
I mean,
wanna do
dude,
that
in
more than
in
once,
like
though.
Peruvian and South American cultures, like they give the children
Yeah.
DMT and ayahuasca and shit like that because it provides like it like creates an ego death.
yeah,
You know what I mean? So you're not like that. You don't grow up being like this capitalist.
yeah, you
rape
become part
pig,
of the
like-
community,
That's
so
why
to
them
speak.
motherfuckers don't have the Empire State Building in Yankee Stadium.
That is true.
That's why there's no third world white countries. Let's get to the bottom of it. Yeah, well, why do you need to build the Empire State Building when you could just hang out in nature
Do
and love
ayahuasca
your
all
family?
day?
Yeah,
I mean, there's
you
really
could
there's no reason to build any of it because
If
eventually
you're like
you're just gonna
living
stumble
in the
upon it
movie
anyway in the
Fern
wilderness.
Gully, then yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Eventually, you just come through
But
a
that's my-
copse of trees, and there's just Yankee Stadium there, so it doesn't make a difference anyway.
Nice reference. You ever get fuck man, I had such a good thing to go
Hey,
off
that's
and
how
you
the
fucking
Mayans
buried
discovered baseball.
me. Nice.
Dude, they just stumbled upon Yankee Stadium.
That is why those South Americans are so goddamn good at this sport.
Yeah.
It all makes
Anyway.
sense.
Yeah.
Fuck, man, I had a good transition and I lost it. I'm sad about that.
My bad.
I blew it. I'm going to
Maybe I'll come back
transition
to it.
myself out of here in a minute, just so you know.
Okay. Well, what about this thing right here about the feeling like you've been controlled by society and being mad about it? I saw this guy ranting about how he was at a bar and he's taking a piss in the bar and there's a piece of shit on the toilet bowl and he's trying to piss the fleck of
piss it
shit
off.
off the toilet bowl, and he can't do
Just
it.
honest
He
work.
can't accomplish the feat.
Yeah.
And then he realizes, he's like, this is a sticker.
Somebody put a sticker of shit on the inside of the bowl.
So it was like, so now instead of you being a drunk man and being like, I'm going to piss all over this place, you're like a drunk man on a mission.
Oh, shit. So, like, the owners did it so that we
Yeah,
don't
I
piss
guess
all
yeah,
over
it's
the
like
floor?
a psychological experiment. He
That's
realized,
a fucking great
Actually
idea.
great.
he realized
Yeah.
that he was getting played by this, and he's like, so then I went back to the bar and I fucking pissed all over that bathroom.
Pissed right on the fucking toilet paper
I
roll.
pissed on the toilet. I pissed where they store the toilet paper.
There's an Instagram account that I hope gets arrested because it's these kids that just go around to like bars and shit, and they just piss over like they go into public and piss all over public, like on grills, like public
On grills?
Yeah,
I
it's
saw somebody
fucking-
design like the ideal male bar, and it was just basically like there was a piss
Yeah, a
trough,
trough underneath
like
the thing,
underneath
yeah.
the fucking extension of the bar. What about this? Now that Zach's here, I think it's a funny time. Like I have this regular that works out on the windmill boats or windmill offshore energy things,
Mhm.
and that's Black Zach. I took that shady picture and I sent it to you guys.
Oh yeah.
And but now, I see him like once every 3 weeks or something. You know what I mean? And now I know what he drinks. I'm like Henny and diet, and he's always like, I'm always laughing because I'm like proud of him. I'm like, look at him. He's going home. He's being a good dad. You know what I mean? Like he's always like, I'm gonna take my son to an Astros game and blah blah blah. That's all. I was like, this dude's doing right. You know what I mean? He's doing right. So this is the first time he ever gets a little cocked at the bar, right? And I'm like, yo, I think I gave this kid too much Hennessy because he's being Black Zach right now.
Yeah.
Like, so a fat girl sits down next to him. He's like,
All over.
all over. And she's like a very confident she's a fat hairdresser.
Yeah.
You know, and so,
the worst.
and she's like Spanish or Portuguese or something. So she's like playing into the fucking black thing. You know what
Yeah.
I mean? And I'm like, holy shit. And then he starts being like, I don't want another drink. Who's breaking out the Coke? Somebody chop some fucking lines up. And I'm like, God damn, I really did give this motherfucker too much
Dude,
Hennessy.
we're in a
Like,
fucking airport.
yeah, I was like,
No.
and then, but he's always like, yo, my girl, I do right by my girl. She helps me raise my son. Or I don't even know if it is this big. I think he has a girl and a baby mama. You know what I mean?
Gotcha.
But he's been talking about like, nah, I'm going to go see my lady, da, da, da. But now he's like, yo, next time I come up, we're getting together. Let me get your number. Da, 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 da.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh,
He does right by his black queen, but that don't mean that no snowboardies can't do some coke off his dick.
yeah. Yeah, this is a very confident fat lady.
Good
I
for
don't,
her.
I don't like that.
You don't like that?
No.
Nah, that's not my favorite thing either.
I don't like it at all. I don't like confident, out of shape people.
I like when
Oh.
they get confident after they go to the gym.
So I had this I very confidently on social media I saw this picture of Giannis, and
Yeah.
he was wearing some shirt essentially like save the guns not the kids or save the kids not the guns,
Yeah.
and I
Antikukumbos.
yeah, whatever. He had some shit. Basically, it was like a handwritten shirt. You know what I mean? It was basically like saying you should be voting for kids' safety over gun ownership or whatever. So I like commented on this shit essentially being like, why don't you fucking migrate back to Greece and worry about their gun laws? So then this kid starts fucking getting at me on
Yeah.
Instagram about my shit, right? So I go on his profile and he's like, he likes to cook. He plays tennis. He's into weightlifting. He has his max bench press
Oh,
and
I
his
fucking
max
hate people like that.
squat and something else just gay that he was into. And then he was like in a relationship with like at this chick, right? So then I go and I follow his girlfriend and I fucking start putting heart emojis on like fucking everything. So then he starts coming back at me, he starts thumbing down all my photos on Instagram.
Yeah.
And then he messages me and he goes, you fucking followed my girlfriend. She's only 17 and you're a fat, old, white, racist piece of shit. And obviously I'm like making his voice up, but I'm like, yo, this kid just bodied me actually. Like, holy shit.
He's right on the
He's
money.
Like, he's like, she's not into fat, old, racist men. And I was like, God damn. And then I started being like,
I bet
well,
you she would be.
yeah, I should have said something like that, but I want to be like, yo, how old are you, motherfucker? Are
Yeah.
you only 17?
Yeah.
Yeah, check the
Are you only 17? And like his last name is like fucking. He's obviously from Greece. Like his name is like fucking Stavros Jalapagos or some shit. You know what I mean? Like his last name. Yeah, his last name has like all that shit on there.
So there's a bunch of fucking consonants.
Yeah. But then I got nervous and I was like, damn, like if he fucking links this to like my Facebook and gets to my wife and now he's gonna do some shit with her job, and I was like, I gotta block him. I gotta turn my shit all private. So I've like freaked out.
Yeah.
all about battle rapping a man from
Instagram
Greece.
Instagram is the best psyop known to man.
Yeah, a very strong man from Greece.
But no, I mean, Giannis should fucking worry about the gun violence in Milwaukee before he starts talking about.
Yeah, shut the fuck up.
Milwaukee's got like the biggest gang
I don't want to hear.
violence
I
in the
don't want to hear what any rich guy has to say. You have $1 million. You're not living in the real world. Like,
Yeah, well,
zip it.
exactly. Just in general.
Do you
it's
think
like,
he might just be wearing like one of them shirts that they send over to like Africa and shit? They don't know like the fucking.
He's like, I've had this
Yeah,
since
yeah.
fucking 1996. Actually, I got this when I was poor.
Yeah.
I wear it to remember to work hard, Ryan.
He takes it off and then reveals his Buffalo Bills Super Bowl champion shirt.
Yes.
Yeah.
His Tom Brady back-to-back
Yeah.
Super Bowl.
Oh, dude, I'm talking about Angel Reese. I started betting on her to miss her first shot.
You're one
the
of those
game.
guys?
That's
Why
a
not?
very well. That's a fun thing to do with the boys.
She misses it all the time. So
Yeah.
I stopped betting on it because it's in the minuses now. It's not even in the pluses anymore.
Because that's how betting works. Is now that everyone's doing it, they're not going to give you a good number on it.
No, it goes by if she's gonna make it or not.
No, but I'm telling you, that's how betting works. Betting, you're not betting a line because they think that's the odds of whether or not it happens.
Well, it's both.
Yes and no, but you're betting more or less because, like, the reason Tiger Woods still, when he joins a field, is like a 10-1 favorite to win it, even though he's never going to win another fucking tournament ever. It's because whenever Tiger Woods' number comes out, everyone bets it, no matter what. So, like, it doesn't even make sense for them to make
It's
a
like
good number for
psychological
you.
warfare too.
And then on top of that, all they're really trying to do, Vegas-wise, is just make it so they don't, like, they make, like, a little bit of money. They're not trying to, like, rob everyone. They're trying to just, like, make it so, all right, well, we're going to make this line low enough where people will continue to bet it, but we're just going to protect ourselves, you know?
You see that there's this dude who puts
Yeah.
out, yeah.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Like, the number isn't going to be good again because everyone's betting that number, you know?
It's like a fucking dude that he has like a Patreon or some following on some shit, and people pay him to like see his picks or whatever.
Yeah.
And he put together a 12 step parlay for anytime home run
Yeah.
for 12 different guys. It was turned $11 into 100,000 or 200,000 or something like that, and it hit.
Yeah. $2.2 million got paid out.
And it changed. You saw it too?
Yeah, so I know what you're talking about.
Whether it's DraftKings or
It's
FanDuel or
FanDuel.
whatever,
FanDuel's
they
doing
changed
it.
their user agreement thing
Yeah.
to say, if we think this is some type of like organized collusion,
Yeah.
we'll void your bet.
Yeah.
And what do they think? I mean,
Well,
dude,
so
But
they're-
that's crazy. So
I
they
know,
can
but I know,
literally,
but that-
anytime some
that-
crazy
I know, but
parlay
that
pops
just
up, they're like
sucks.
canceled.
That just sucks for like people doing it online because I could still go to a bookie in fucking Connecticut and they'll still fucking
Yeah.
do that shit. You
I
know
mean,
what
it's a terrible precedent to set. Like, basically saying, like, well, we're only going to pay out if, like, we think that the conditions are, like, you know, right for us. It's
Yeah.
like, that's not how betting works, man. In that case, fuck you. How about if
Yeah.
I lose my bet by half a point? I'm going to say, nah, fuck you. I was close. I'm not going to pay you. You know, like,
Yeah, but
that's not how it works.
They'll find any way to like rig it